Good evening, guys. Happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. It actually kind of feels like Sunday a little bit to me because me and Matthew ended up having to go run over to Aldi today to go and pick up kind of some of the last of the things that we need for Thanksgiving, which was actually not a lot. It wasn't like within our normal Aldi grocery budget, but considering that we had to get stuff for a holiday, it wasn't like that much more money, which I guess was pretty good. So like normally, like I wouldn't say we have like an Aldi budget, we just have like a grocery budget. And so again too, like if we're spending more money at one grocery store, then you know we're hopefully not spending as much at another grocery store. But as you guys know, you see like the grocery hauls and all that kind of stuff. That's just kind of how we do it. And so we don't have like, oh, we have to be under $40 at Aldi every week or something like that, you know. But I just kind of know like, oh, if we spent like, again at Jewel this week we spent like $90, and then today at Aldi was about $80, so that's close to our $200 grocery budget. But again too, I think it was only like $30 or something like that between Tony's and Caputo's this week. And then Meyer was like 20 bucks maybe or something like that, or maybe $30 or something. So like all in all, for again too, normally though, here's the thing, like a holiday, whereas we bought a whole turkey for, you know, it was $12 for that. We also bought a small ham. My mom also wanted a small ham as well. That was like $9 today at Aldi. So like the meat alone that we needed for Thanksgiving was like $20. So you know, and then there was all the other grocery things that we just normally need, and you know, stuff like that. So again too, when we can actually use like the stuff that we buy throughout the year, or like the other just sales and grocery store, you know, like again, Jewel has a sale on this, or Aldi has a sale on that, or Caputo's has a sale on something, or whatever like that we need for a holiday. You know, and again too, either just this week or kind of throughout the year, like again, there was a couple things that we had in the pantry already that we didn't need to buy, because it was stuff that, like I said, we already had on hand, like pasta for the macaroni and cheese. I'm not doing macaroni. I'm going to do, I forget what kind of noodle it is. It's a little bit similar, but I'm going to do that for the macaroni and cheese. So again, for that, that's something that's just in the pantry already. Like we didn't have to go out of our way to buy it or put it, you know, make a special grocery list, you know, like it was just stuff that we already had in the pantry. You know, so like I was saying, those kind of things, it's like nice when, again, for a holiday that, again, you're probably spending a lot more money on, because it's like, you know, an entire week's worth of like stuff that you're kind of all making in one day. So, and then you also have to think about too, again, the rest of that week and what you need for just regular, like, you know, weekly staple items and dinners and food and, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, those kind of things, like it all ends up adding up when you're, you know, again, to the meal for actual Thanksgiving will probably cost you a lot of money, you know, compared to, again, whereas if you could make like a $5 dinner on one night, you know, like if you're cooking from scratch versus, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, I couldn't even get my turkey for $5. So, you know, like that kind of stuff, you know, it's obviously going to be a much more budget heavy dinner. And so, but whenever you can get deals on that kind of stuff, it's awesome. So like I said, we were probably a little bit over budget, but again too, we always roll every week's money, like the grocery budget, like gets rolled into the following week. So like hopefully again too, if there's a week like that where, you know, we're probably going to be over budget, there might be other weeks where we haven't spent as much. Like I want to say the last probably 2 weeks at least, we've been like well under budget, like probably at least $50+ under budget, which is always really awesome. So, and then again too, this week where we might have only been like maybe, because again too, I'm trying to think like maybe with tax and stuff like that, might have only been about $20 over budget this week. So we're still like, again, kind of come out ahead because we've saved money in the last couple weeks still. So anyways, we ended up going to Aldi today, and again, I got up originally kind of early to go because I wanted to try and beat the crowds. Well, Matthew wasn't actually feeling that great, and so we ended up, and then he had something that was supposed to be going on then it got canceled. Then he ended up, we went still like kind of later though. But we ended up, the crowds weren't that bad. I kind of thought they were going to be. Honestly, yesterday was probably a lot worse. And like, although we were in line for like a while, because like Aldi now has self-checkouts and they only have, I think maybe they have two or three like cashier lanes, and the self-checkout lanes are only for card, and we weren't paying card, we were paying cash. So you have to wait in the like, which I think is really weird. Like if Aldi, because like in my mind, if you're going to do like a big purchase, you're probably paying with card. I mean, again, too, we pay, normally it's with cash. But if I'm running in there to like buy like a cold drink or something like that, and you know, I just want like one of the refrigerated like, you know, sodas or something like that, or I'm just running in because we needed a gallon of milk, I'm probably going to run in and just pay cash with it for like, again, $2, $3, whatever. I don't want to charge that. Like, I think that if it was anything, it almost should just be cash, like for the self-checkouts. To make it only card seems really weird, because again too, if I'm, again, probably buying a lot of groceries, it makes more sense to pay with card than it does to pay with cash. Whereas again too, if I'm just running into the store and just need a gallon of milk, to charge something for like $2, again too, it's not like that big of a deal. But like if I had cash on me, I'd just be like, I'll just, you know, spend the cash for $2, you know, and just pick up, you know, whatever it is. Like instead of, but I can't just go through self-checkout then. Like, so I have a real problem with that at Aldi. Whereas like every other store that I've ever been to that has self-checkout lets you pay with cash. I mean, I don't know that I've ever used self-checkout at like CVS. I know has it, and I haven't used it there, but I'm assuming that they let you pay cash as well. But like, I think that's really, really weird. Like if Aldi's going to have that, like to not let you pay cash at self-checkout just seems very bizarre. Because like I said, if I'm running in there and I want to get through the line quickly, so I want to go through self-checkout and I just got, you know, go in for a gallon of milk and it's only going to be $2 or $3, I probably have that in cash on me and can just pay the $2 or $3 and don't have to, you know, charge it or whatever. And so, like I said, I find that really weird, and like that it's supposed to be more seamless for people that are just running in there for one thing. But it's like, if I want to run in there for one thing, then I have to pay card if I want to get out quickly. If not, I have to wait in line behind the people that have probably massive orders. So I feel like it defeats the purpose of actually moving things along quickly. And again too, like I said, some people pay for $2 with card. I just feel like if I have if it's going to be $2 for a gallon of milk and I'm paying cash with it, I mean, that's probably what I'm doing. Or again too, if I'm running in to get like a cold drink or something like that, I'm probably just gonna pay. Like that's the same thing too, like you run into the gas station, a lot of times you probably are paying cash. I mean, unless you're also getting gas. I know whenever like my mom would go and get gas, she'd be like, oh, can you go grab me like a Diet Coke or something like that, and she'd give me like $2 to go run in the gas station. You know, she was paying card at the pump, you know, or something like that. Like, you know, or if we were just stopping, she'd be like, oh, can you just go grab me like a Diet Coke? I'd be like, sure. And I just run in, and I'm normally paying cash. I'm not going through a whole process of like the processing of the whole system to have, like, it just takes longer. So like I said, I think it kind of defeats the purpose in that for me at Aldi. Like I think it's dumb. I think that they should let you pay cash with it too. But again too, I don't know if it's because of the system, like it's just like, it probably, because Meijer, I've had this problem actually at Meijer, one of the self-checkouts that I went to, is that it's more difficult, like because the change can sometimes get stuck in the whole system and the dollars and stuff like that. I went through this at Meijer. We were standing there for like 10 minutes trying to wait for like the person to come over to get the thing open to like get the change and the dollars out. It was like stuck in like the thing, like it wasn't giving me my money back, or I think it wasn't taking my money was the problem or something like that. Like I put $20 in and it was like, there's a problem or something like that. And so yeah, it was a whole long thing. I mean, it all got sorted out and was fine, but like it was just, you know, so like I can understand how like there might be certain cashiers that are not like well versed in being able to like go over there and handle that, and also being able to like take care of the you know, their actual line as well, because normally the person that's doing the checkout, and it's actually like checking people out on the, you know, conveyor belt thing, is also the person who's in charge of all the self-checkout people and like overseeing what's going on and stuff like that. So I just feel like it's a whole, like, you know, it'd be a whole process. I can understand why they do it, but it just seems really dumb to me if you're going to have self-checkout to not allow people to also pay cash for it. Because like I said, I'm probably the person that's running in there for something, and for if I'm buying one thing, I'm probably just gonna pay cash. So, anyways, it was a little long though, that's to say. It was a little bit long in the the line today, the actual checkout line. Because of that too. But like even people too with big orders that don't want to do that, whether you're paying cash or card, they'll go through, you know, the regular, like, you know, again, like conveyor belts kind of long register instead of self-checkout. So, like I said, I like that they still have that option, but it's just kind of a pain too. Because sometimes too, they don't have people actually like working there, like if they're going to help somebody, and then you're like, I'm waiting here, like waiting to be checked out, and it's like, it takes longer for you because you don't want to go through self-checkout. Even though like there might not be anybody in line because everybody's actually in self-checkout, but then the person that's supposed to be helping you is helping other people at self-checkout anyway, which defeats the purpose. Anyways, that is my complete rant about self-checkout. I don't have a problem with it. I kind of don't mind it, but I don't like it at the same time too. And like, I don't know. I like that stores have still like the option to have self-checkout or not, but like I said, that's a whole nother thing. It's just Aldi personally is the one that I have a problem with because they don't let you pay cash at self-checkout. So, anyways, though, we went there, then we went to Menards because we needed to pick up more paint. Then, we ended up getting that, and we got the gallons and all that we need to hopefully everything finished upstairs. But then I asked Matthew and Jack, I was like, do you guys want to paint today? Or, you know, like, do you guys want to paint now? And they didn't want to paint when we got back, which I can kind of understand. And I was like, okay, let me know when you guys, like, want to paint. And they never said anything because I don't think they wanted to paint. So then I went and cleaned the bathroom because normally I clean the bathroom on Tuesday, but I don't want to do it tomorrow, my birthday. So I was like, I'd rather do it today and get it done before Thanksgiving because I don't want to do it the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday either because I've got a lot of other things to do and food prep and all that kind of stuff to get ready for. So it's like, if I'm going to do it, I'd rather do it on Monday. So I ended up doing that today. And then that was when I was like halfway through cleaning the bathroom. They're like, we're going to go and paint now. And then Jack was like, well, I can't because I actually have class, which his class was 15 minutes today. I honestly don't even really know like what they're doing, or like, you know, if they were like, you just have this assignment or something like that. But normally sometimes it can be like a 3-hour long class, and it was 15 minutes today, which might have been because of the holiday or whatever. But anyway, so Matthew went upstairs, and I think there's almost another coat on everything upstairs except for like the main room. So I think there's like one wall thing in like the slope ceiling upstairs that he didn't finish. But anyways, so most of it's done upstairs, and he pretty much got to that almost himself today. And like I said, I got the bathroom clean, and I got a whole bunch of other stuff caught up with too, because honestly, it's my birthday tomorrow. I don't want to do anything. I especially don't want to have to like do laundry and dishes and clean the bathroom and like all the other Tuesday things. So I tried to get really caught up with everything, like the dishes and the laundry, and again to clean the bathroom. The only thing I didn't do was edit or upload, but if I want to be lazy tomorrow, I can kind of just be lazy and do that. So like I said, that's probably what I'm gonna do tomorrow. But again too, we got other things that we kind of got to get ready for too for Thanksgiving and stuff like that, which is just like, I don't like where my birthday is. Like, I think I was telling you guys this, like, I'd much rather it be like in the summer. That's my favorite time of year anyway. And like Thanksgiving is one of my least favorite holidays, and I think it has to do with the food a lot of times too. Like, I'm just not a Thanksgiving food type of person, especially since I don't eat meat. But that's kind of a whole nother thing about Thanksgiving food, my birthday. But tomorrow for my birthday, I normally don't cook on Tuesdays anyway, so it works kind of well. Normally, like, my parents will go out for like date night and dinner, stuff like that. So normally on Tuesdays, or like last week we were home painting, so my mom just ordered pizza for everybody. So like I was like, can we do Jimmy John's for tomorrow? Because for some reason I've been wanting kind of either Chipotle or Jimmy John's, and I had Chipotle recently, so I kind of really want Jimmy John's. And I was like, honestly, that's probably what I'm gonna go with, because my mom's not a sub sandwich kind of person. So like whenever it comes to like takeout, that's normally not what we like end up getting, because she doesn't like that. But I haven't had Jimmy John's in a while since my birthday. I asked if we can get Jimmy John's for tomorrow, so I think that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to go actually out to eat though for my birthday. I think the first weekend in December, because again too, we've had so much stuff going on every single weekend that we haven't, like, there hasn't been a day when we've been able to actually go for like out for my birthday. And I don't want to do it the weekend like of after Thanksgiving, because it's so busy out, just like with everything like post holiday, like, you know, again too, like a lot of times people's families are like in from out of state, and like it just seems like everything is so much busier too, like that first weekend. On not only that too, just all the shopping and stuff like that, like it's just busier. But like my friend used to also tell me that like right after Thanksgiving and right after Christmas, like that kind of like days after and like weekend after, she used to work in the movie theater, and she said those were like the busiest days. And we were also going to go out to go and see a movie, and I don't want to go and see a movie, like I said, on one like those busiest days. And I don't really want to go out and go and see a movie or go out to eat on like those days when, again too, like when family's in, that's like what you tend to do, even though like also you just had Thanksgiving a couple days ago, so it's not always the case. And that's the other thing too, we'll have so much leftovers that like I don't want to go and get like, you know, food on like the weekend after Thanksgiving, because we won't have any room in the refrigerator if we have like leftovers from it too, because we're gonna have so many leftovers from Thanksgiving. So like I was saying, more than likely it's going to be the following, I think that's the following weekend after that. But anyways, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's vlog, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny pieces tomorrow. So bye guys.